presentation. I can already tell she's going to bring a lot of life and energy to the next hour. So Bridget is founder and CEO of the full-service custom online marketing agency, ampupmybusiness.com, the creator of the Social Media Success Academy, and the #1 international best-selling author of the book, Jobs to Jammies. She's helped her clients grow their social media engagement by an average of 6,000%. She's helped them grow their social media audiences by tens of thousands of fans and followers. And most importantly, she's helped them create millions of dollars of revenue. So please welcome Bridget Brady to the NAIPC stage. Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much, Tara. So how many of you would love to have more business in your business? Yes, right? More clients, more cash, more clout. And how many of you, hello all from Chicago, Julianne, I have my chat up, and this can be very interactive. And how many of you have an inkling, a thought that social media just might be one way to connect with those ideal clients and customers in today's marketplace? Yes, thank you. Well, you, my friends, are definitely in the right place. I am thrilled to be here. I was so excited when I was connected to Tara and I was invited to be part of your professional education series. So we are going to talk today about building your business with the awesome power of social media marketing. But before we dive deep, is it okay if I tell you just like a little bit about who I am, my story, where I came from? Yes, yes. Okay, excellent. All right. So my background, my professional background is in corporate America. I actually spent 15 years as an IT software developer and IT project manager. I worked at pretty much every major financial institution that you can name. I worked in New York City on Wall Street for 7 years. And I'd always, this is a be careful what you wish for moment. I had always talked about someday, one day, I'm going to get out from under the man and I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to start my own business. And apparently the universe was listening. Because how many of you are old enough, wise enough? I think we all are to remember 2008, 2009, 2010. That super fun time? Yes. All right. So I was in the mortgage banking industry. And I was working for the largest mortgage banker actually in the country. And 2010 rolls around and one Friday morning, I walk into my office, I log into my email to an email that reads, essentially, dear Ms. Brady, thank you so much for your 8 years of excellent service. Today is your last day. That was it. Now, important tangent, important piece of information. I was not an employee. I was a consultant. I was a contractor. So that was like no notice, no severance, no warning. Like literally, I found out that I lost my job of 8 years the day I lost it. So I used to call this period, this year of my life, my year of financial ruin. I now call it my year of the Phoenix. Because apparently I had to burn my life to the ground to start over. In a 5-month span, I lost my very high-paying consulting gig. I lost my place to live 1 block from the ocean here in Los Angeles. I lost my condo. And to add insult to injury, my boyfriend left me because apparently he was in it for the money. Yeah, because when I had a lot of money, he was super into me. So my boyfriend left. So I moved to a place I did not want to live. For those of you familiar with California, I moved to the Inland Empire, but not a nice part. I know there's really nice parts of the Inland Empire. Not nice. I moved to a place I did not want to live. It was the only place I could afford. I spent 2 months lying on my floor, literally lying on my floor because, right, quick other important tangent. When my boyfriend left, he took almost everything we owned, our furniture, our dishes, our silverware, our pots and pans, my coffee maker. Like when I say I burnt my life to the ground in 2010, I am not messing around. I burnt my life to the ground. So I was lying on my floor for about 2 months. And then like a little knock from the universe, I remembered that I had spent years talking about getting out of my JOB, talking about starting my own business. And I was like, well, There are no jobs to be had, so I guess now is the time. So I picked myself up by my bootstraps and I started failing forward. Now, really, this was mostly failing. I tried this business and that business and tax liens and tax deeds and silver investing. And I mean, I tried like all these different ways to make money and nothing was like really catching on. And then truly like another little knock from the universe, I remembered that when I had my very fancy high paying job, I took a very fancy, very expensive social media marketing class. And I was like, I wonder if social media works. Well, I'm going to quit my email. I thought that I had turned off notifications, but apparently that's the dinging is me. So I remembered that I took this really incredible social media marketing class. So I'm like, I wonder if this social media stuff works. I wonder if there's any value in this social media stuff. Spoiler alert, it totally works. Social media is amazing. We're going to talk all about it today in the next hour. So I pull down my binder. This is 2010, right? Things were in binders. I pull down my binder. I open it up. I literally start going page by page of what I learned in that class. I'm like, all right, set up my profiles, optimize my profiles, do my posts. I went page by page and started applying social media to my existing fledgling, failing businesses. And it started growing and growing and growing. And over the next couple of years, I more than doubled my revenue in my businesses year over year. I moved from the Inland Empire to Calabasas. All my friends and my colleagues were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, social media is everything. And they started saying, right, help me, teach me, help me, teach me. How can I? How can I? How can I? And you don't know me yet, but you'll get to know me a little bit. I love to help people. I love to see people win. I just love it. So I was like, I've gotten real good at this social media stuff over here. And over here, I love to help people win. And I said, it's time to put those hands together. So now, almost 8 years ago, I founded my current company, Amp Up My Biz. I grew from a total solopreneur, just me, myself, and I, sitting in my office, writing social media posts for people. I'm now a team of 15 genius marketers, social media marketers, graphic designers, website designers. I founded the Social Media Success Academy, and we have literally helped thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners create millions of dollars of revenue using the awesome power of social media. So that's a little bit about me. So today we are going to talk about why the heck you want to use social media. I'm going to give you some really critical rules of the road so you can start implementing social media in your own business. I'm going to give you some little ninja secrets of social media. People call them hacks. I call it social media love, so that you can start doing the right things for the social media algorithms. And then, as much as I would love to give you every single thing I can today in the next 45 minutes, this is truly like the thin crust. And at the end of today, I will give you opportunity to join me and learn a little bit and learn even more about social media. So who's ready to dive in today? I know, Russell, you're the only one on camera. So I'm going to assume that everyone else is secretly raising their hand and doing some whoop whoops, right? I'm just going to assume that. All right, I'm going to share my screen, do a little PowerPoint magic so you can see everything. I will have my chat up. We'll have lots of time to do chitty chat with each other, because what I have found, I've done hundreds of trainings. The more you participate, the more you will learn. It's a guarantee. All right, so again, today we're going to talk about why social media, the first steps to get started, some posting tips, some posting rules, the anatomy of a post. But we're going to start with the why. And I start with the why because I know that if you don't know why you're doing something, you will never do it. If you don't have the why, the how doesn't matter. So I want to impress upon you I want to make sure you are super clear that the world lives here. The entire world today lives on their phone, on their iPad, on their computer, on their laptop. 82% of our population is active, not just has a social media account. Almost everyone has social media accounts. 82% of the US population is active on social media. We have 3.5 billion users worldwide. Facebook is the #1 most visited website of all websites on the planet. For those of you looking for more website traffic, 92% of all Twitter interactions are link clicks. YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world, second only to Google. When people are searching things, Google's still #1, YouTube is #2. The average user spends about 3 hours a day on social media. And then this is my favorite. This is my favorite, and it's so true. Almost 70% of your clients and customers and potential clients and customers are making their buying decisions based on your online presence, based on your social media. And I don't know about you, but I know that this is true for me. When I'm going to get a massage or get a new facial or buy a product, what do I do? What do you do? I go online. I see what their website looks like. I see what's on their social. I will cyber stalk them. I promise you, people are cyber stalking you. So the reason I bring all these statistics up is that yes, social media is amazing for gaining leads and prospects and making sales and growing your brand awareness and like all the things that like you wish and hope social media would do. It does all those things. But the other thing that social media does is it positions you in your industry. It can position you as an authority because people are going to cyber stalk you. As a matter of fact, yeah, we're good on time. I'm gonna share with you my very favorite cyber stalking social media story that happened years ago, but before I grew even to be as big as I am today. I was at a conference and I was scrolling through my social while I was at the conference, and I saw that someone needed some social media ads, and I'm like, yeah, I do those. Great. They get back to me and they're like, great, send me your stuff. Well, I'm at a conference. So I'm like, I have no time to send you stuff. So I'm like, hey, here's a link to my website. Here's a link to all my social. And this is like a cold lead, right? So I'm like, whatever. Here's links to my stuff. Let me know if you have any questions. About 15 or 20 minutes later, they message me back and they say, hey, can we jump on a call? And I'm like, sure. So I run to my hotel room. I run up to my hotel room on a break. I pick up the phone. I'm like, hey, what can I tell you? And I wish I would have been recording this phone call because he said, and I quote, here's my budget. Go ahead and send me a contract. Now, at the time, I think it was a little bit of poverty consciousness, a little bit of lack consciousness. I was like, whoa. Don't you need to know more? Don't you have questions? Don't you want to talk more about this? And he said, again, I'm essentially quoting, I looked at your website. I read through all your social. You're obviously a pro. Here's my budget. Send me a contract. And in that 2-minute conversation, I created tens of thousands of dollars of revenue for my company. That, my friends, that's the power of social media. Okay, going back to screen share. How many of you would like to create tens of thousands of dollars of revenue for your company, right? In like 2 minutes. Yeah, sign me up all day, every day. All right, let me go back to share. Okay, so chat me up. I have some ideas on the board. What is the purpose of your social media? Chat me up in the chat box. Why? What's the purpose of your social? Carla, get more clients. Julianne, brand awareness. Russell, exposure to people who don't know you. Tara, connect with people. Darla, referrals to your assisted living. Stacy, educate. I love these answers. Love. Okay, so I am going to shift your entire perspective about social media, and it will change every single thing you do on your social. Russell, to dazzle people. Susan, to build rapport. Okay, so the answer is yes, 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 yes. And the secret purpose as a business owner, the secret purpose to your social media, and when you start thinking about your social this way, it will change everything for you. It will go from being a confusing quagmire of time suck poop to $1 million asset in your business. The purpose of your social media is to get people off social media. This is the secret. This is the secret that no one is sharing with you, but I'm a believer in abundance. The real purpose of your social is to get people off of social. So I want you to start thinking about your social media this way. Your website, your landing pages, your opt-ins, your brick and mortar business, your assisted living facility, whatever it is your town, is your planet, is your world, right? This is where people are going to come and learn and build rapport and get educated and opt into your offers and make purchases and all of your social media is simply an inroad to your town. Your Pinterest, your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your YouTube, right? This is the big six right now. They're inroads to your website. Why? Why is it so important to get people off of social media? Because of babies and kittens and puppies. Right? Puppies, kittens, and babies. Because social media is distracting. Because here's what happens. If you're not focused, and I'm going to give you a really specific strategy to do this. If you're not focused on appropriately getting people off of social media from their world into your world, they're like reading your thing. They're like, oh man, this looks great. Puppies. Oh, look at the little puppy, right? Like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. My friend had a baby. Oh, let's go look at this, right? It is so distracting. We live, now I know all of us, right, are older-ish, right? I'm nearly 50. You guys are probably similarly aged, perhaps. We have a little bit more attention span than the average user. Kind of, but this is short attention span theater. You have seconds to capture someone, bring them in, and get them off of social if you want to continue to nurture them and bring them into your world. So I see lots of you are taking notes. Please continue. So here's how we're going to get started. Number one, grab your name or your brand, right, or your business everywhere. When I say grab it, like go to Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, yes, TikTok, yes, Snapchat, yes, Clubhouse. I don't care if you will never use them. You must own your social media real estate. When I was really getting started on this journey, when I was really starting my social media stuff like 9-10 years ago, and Instagram was starting to gain traction, all the social media experts, including me, we were like this about Instagram. We're like, Instagram, what a joke. That will never have a business application. It's pictures. You can't include links. It's clunky. You have to use like 500 hashtags. Like this will never gain traction. This will never go anywhere. But I eat my own cookie. I drink my own juice. I'm like, fine. Amp up my biz, whatever. Today, Instagram's still one of the fastest growing social media platforms for small businesses out there, right? So get your name everywhere, but then you're going to focus in. Then you are going to pick somewhere between at least two, and I would say no more than 5 or 6 platforms to focus in and start implementing your social media strategy. So again, here's how you're going to start thinking about your social. It is consistent action over time. I could tell you, and as we get to know each other better, I'll share all my stories with you. I could tell you story after story after story of business owners that we've worked with that not after a month, not after 2 months, but after 6 months, a year, 2 years, grew their business by millions of dollars of revenue by being really consistent on social media. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I wish it were different. I am you. I want results right now. I want my millions of dollars today. But I promise you that if you are really consistent on social media and follow a really proven strategy, it will pay off for you. 2, everything you post must be congruent with your brand and relevant to your audience. So 1 is consistency, but 2 is coming with a consistent message, a consistent mission, a consistent vision, consistent graphics, consistent branding, right? Like all the things is consistent action over time, congruent with your brand, relevant to your audience. So the next question I have, again, get your writing fingers out, is like, how does this strategy come together? You're like, okay, Bridget, I get it. Social media, super important. I actually had a client once who owned a spa down in San Diego. And it was so genius. She said, the truth is, I'm not 100% sure how much money I make from my social media, but I'm really clear how much money I'd lose if I wasn't doing social media, right? So like social media, if you're not doing it well, you're leaving money on the table. That's a given, right? So great. You want to get people off of social media. Great. How do you do that? All right. Welcome to my 75-25 rule. I have tested this over hundreds of clients. Just follow the plan. It's real good. So 75 to 90% of your content must add value to your audience. So you're also going to start thinking of your social like this. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. The number one mistake, I think, one of the number one mistakes I see people make is they do one or the other, but not both. So what I mean by that is they're either just giving, and they're posting blogs and they're going live and they're doing videos and they're doing education and they're like, let me connect with people. And they're never asking, or way worse. And you've seen these social media accounts. Someone who posts like this. It might be someone in your seat who's like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, come to my facility, buy my stuff. Here's my deal. What about this? Look at my stuff. Look at my stuff. Like it's becomes noise and people can't listen to it anymore. So this is a way that you can give, and then ask, right? 75 to 90% of every single thing you post adds value to your audience. Then 10 to 25% of everything you post can be and should be, I'm not a huge fan of shoulding on ourselves, but in this moment, should be buy my stuff. Okay, so I'm going to rapid fire through some examples for you so you can see what this looks like in action. And then we're going to do a little exercise. So get ready. This is what this looks like in action. News, announcements, celebrate holidays with your audience. Educate. Show people that you are the authority. Recipes, right? Depending on what your business is, recipes, tips, tricks, secrets, videos. Today, in today's world, video is the most consumed piece of content on social media today. People will watch a video over any other piece of content. Go live. The social media algorithm loves when you go live. The social media algorithm is like, yes, this is real. This is authentic. They're live. They will show your live videos to way more people than your pre-recorded videos. Blogs, again, show people your perspective, show people that you are the authority. Testimonials, especially if they are from very handsome and famous men. Testimonials, client features. Feature your clients, your customers, your residents, people that you have gotten big wins from. Obviously get their permission, but feature them, show them off. Memes. Okay, so I'm going to take a brief moment, a brief pause here. What is a meme? What is a meme? I'm going to tell you, the answer. In the interest of time, I'm going to tell you the answer. In its simplest form, a meme is an image with text. That's all it is. As a business owner, it is a compelling image with compelling text of some sort, quotes, inspiration, humor, education, and your website and or your logo and or your handle. Why? Because memes, my friends, are the #1 piece of shared content on social media today. So when you're creating your content and you're creating your memes and they're like, whoa, that's cool, I'm going to share that, you're expanding your reach, you're expanding your audience. I think it was Russell who said, people who don't know you get to know you, right? One of the ways you do that is by appropriately branding your give. Engagement memes, ask people questions, right? Engage with your audience. Engage with them specifically, right? If you're a popcorn company, I know you're not, right? You can ask about popcorn. If you're a dog food company, you can ask about dog food. If you have an assisted living facility, you can ask about the biggest challenges, biggest fears. What are your tips, right? You can ask questions. That's my beautiful boyfriend. We've now been together 8 years. That was our 5th anniversary. Personal, but always positive, compelling photos. This was one of our real estate clients in like 2 degrees below freezing, hanging real estate signs. You can do giveaways to gain more followers and gain more engagements. Okay, and now that we have given, now we can start asking strategically, like freebies and lead magnets, a 90-day content calendar, webinars, events you can invite people to. I do a virtual happy hour every month, right? Events like you're giving and asking, and buy my stuff. Here's our new makeup line. Buy my #1 best-selling book. Attend my summit. Attend my event. And when you do this right, the ask feels like a gift. When you do this right, you've given so much, people are so excited to download your checklist for what you need to know when moving your parents into an assisted living facility. People are excited to come to your webinar to learn more because they know you're the authority. You know that they know you're a giver, right? It feels like a gift. We're not going to talk a ton about this today, but again, we're talking about results and return on investment. It's not just about videos and pretty pictures and lifestyle. It's about your lead magnets. It's about your freebies. It's about your ethical bribes, right? Asking people to do something as simple as give you their email address so they can get a ton of value, because now you can nurture them. Now they can get to know you. Now they're in your world, from their world into your world. All right, so pull out your paper. We're going to do a quick exercise, and then there's more. And I promise I will open for questions at the end. I promise. But I want you to spend 1 or 2 minutes. I'm going to turn on a little writing music for you, and I want you to write down some ideas. Because how many of you now, you're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So I want you to get this down on paper before we move forward. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of writing music, and 1 or 2 minutes, write all the ideas you have that we just came up with from this session. Ready to go. One more minute, keep writing. Twenty seconds, start to wrap up. How many of you got some really good ideas, right? You're like, yes. Julianne's like, I have all the good ideas. All right. I'm going to give you a couple other little pieces of the puzzle in this moment, which is the essential anatomy of a post. So I want you to learn these rules and then sometimes break them. So the essential anatomy of a post is your hook, a little bit of content, and a call to action. So in my business, for example, I know my business better than your business at this moment, right? So hook could be something as simple as, did you know that Instagram just changed how many hashtags you're supposed to use on a post again? Oh, they did? I'm hooked. A little bit of content. It used to be 30 hashtags in the post. Then it was 30 hashtags in the first comment. Now it is completely changed. Call to action, click to read the complete article so you can get the most out of your Instagram account. Call to action to my blog. It could be as simple as a call to action. It could be as simple as, I did something so out of character at the Denver airport, right? Here's what happened, but here's how, let me know your worst airport story, right? Always thinking congruent with your brand, relevant to your audience, consistent action over time. All right, so bring up your chat fingers. We're going to do some quick review, and then we're going to open for some questions. All right. Why, my friends? Why do you need total kick butt social media? Yes, Jeannie, that's your goal, to get them off of social media. Amazing. Jeannie's the only one going to answer. Yes, Julianne, position yourself as the expert, because people are going to cyber stalk you. Because if you are not using social media, you are likely leaving millions of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. All right. What are the big 6 top social media platforms? What are the big 6 today? Darla, I love that, right? Get them to come tour the community. Yes, Tara, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, now Meta. And then who are we missing? Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I think we got them all. LinkedIn, Pinterest. Pinterest is who we're missing. And by the by, assisted living folks, Pinterest skews female and Pinterest skews middle-aged female. So think about your target market. All right. What's the rule? What's my percentage rule for posting content to social media? 75-25. Easy breezy cover girl. And when you create your content plan and you create your content calendar, you're going to be able to easily see, am I following the 75-25 rule? Amazing. And what are the 3 parts, the essential anatomy of a social media post? Hook, content, call to action. Yes, Jeannie. Yes, Julianne. Yes, Susan. Yes, Russell. You're all rock stars. All right. So what now? All right. So as I promised at the beginning, I was going to give you an opportunity to learn more. How many of you realize maybe there's a tiny bit more to learn? Yes. So the what now really is there, you can keep doing what you're doing, which is fine and great, or you can follow a proven roadmap and really learn this stuff. And when you really learn it, it changes everything, because your content is fire. Your business is the fire. Social media just pours gasoline on it. Social media is literally the best force multiplier I know of to get a potential of 3.5 billion eyeballs on your business. So I want to invite you to join me in my free Facebook group. I run a free private Facebook group where we talk all about the secrets to social media, the power, the rules of the road, picking your social media platforms, creating results, creating content calendars. I hold master classes in there. I go live in there. So if you'd like to join me in our free social media group, it's just, you go to onlinemarketingsuccess.ampupmybiz.com. And I didn't mean to do that. As a matter of fact, I will put this in the chat for you to make your life even easier. onlinemarketingsuccess.ampupmybiz.com. It's an awesome group. And not only do you get support from myself and my team, but there's a ton of entrepreneurs and business owners in the group. It is only a group for entrepreneurs and small business owners. We stay very, very focused on building your business. So join me there. You can also get in touch with my team at connect@ampupmybiz.com. And of course, you can find us everywhere on social at ampupmybiz. So I definitely welcome you to connect with us and join our Facebook group. And now, my friends, we will open for questions. So yeah, we're so good. All right, I'm gonna stop my share. I already see one in the chat. You are welcome to chat me your question. You're also welcome to raise your hand and ask it on in person. Russell says, and then Julianne, you're next, or Julianne's partner. I don't know which one's Julianne is next. Are seniors using social media as much as younger people? So Russell, I'm going to tell you that the number one growing demographic on social today is seniors. That is the number one growing demographic. Now, in reality, is an 80-year-old using social as much as a 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old? No, of course not. And it is currently the number one growing demographic. So 1,000% yes, 1,000% yes. I know Facebook is a great place to connect with seniors because Facebook is where the seniors are going to see pics of their grandkids, right? So you can go meet them where they live, meet them where they live. Okay, Julianne, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'd love your question.
Hi, I'm actually Gina. That's Julianne.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, nice to meet you. So my question is, I actually have the same question as Russell, but I have an additional question to add to that. So you mentioned Facebook, and I would agree that older people are definitely on Facebook. Do you have any data to support whether or not, when Facebook has these ads that you can do on them, and they have boost an ad, all that other stuff? Do you know if the money is worth it, if so to speak, doing that through Facebook because of the demographic of being older people?
Okay, so that is such a good question. All right, so social media ads, when they're done right, is 1,000% the best bang for your advertising dollar today. And let me tell you why. Because social media, our favorite ads are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google. I know it's not really social media, but that's a great place to run ads too. You can run ads on all platforms: Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Social media is Big Brother. Okay. So as a human, you can feel any way you want to feel about this. As a business owner, I invite you to be so excited because Facebook knows how old you are, where you live, what you're interested in. They literally, you can run an ad, and I'd have to check this specifically, but I would not be surprised if you can run an ad to, middle-aged people with elderly parents, middle-aged people taking care of elderly parents. That is how granular it is. So what's so great about social media advertising is you can literally reach your exact target market like your exact target market. Like it's insane. Like when I go through and we create ads for our clients and we're looking through like all the different things, I mean, you can almost target people like based on the color of their underwear. Like that's how crazy it is. It's insane. So the answer is 1000% yes, social media advertising. My sort of fair warning to you is, if you don't know what you're doing, I honestly highly recommend hiring someone who does know what they're doing, because they're quite complex, right? So
Right.
all the,
I did it
yeah.
once, and I only did it for an extremely short period of time, just out of pure curiosity, because I didn't know what I was doing, to support what you just said. And I guess the question that I had was, in addition to hiring somebody who knows how to do it the right way, do you feel that a certain amount of frequency is important when you're doing that? Because I know that was one of the questions. I remember you could choose like the radius, like you did a round circle radius from where you're located. I remember that. And I know frequency was another big question, was how often were you going to place the ad?
Yes. So if you're doing, so there's two different things that you had mentioned, Gina, social media ads and then boosted posts. So
I'm talking about just Facebook.
Right. So just Facebook,
Really
but
just
there's still
Facebook,
like
correct.
two pieces of the puzzle. Like you can run an ad or you can boost a post.
Right.
So when you're doing a post boost, for everyone's enjoyment, when you're doing a post boost, that's like you go to Facebook or Instagram and it says, would you like to boost this post? And you give them $25 and whatever. That you really want to think about your post boosting, just FYI, as increasing engagement, increasing brand awareness, potentially increasing following. And those post boosts, the sweet spot that I like is 4 to 5 days, $5 to $10 a day. So $5 to $10 a day, 4 to 5 days has gotten us, our clients, like the best possible results for that. When you're talking about advertising, it's changed so dramatically. Facebook now, we're talking about Facebook specifically. It's pretty consistent across platforms though. Facebook now spends at least a week, if not 2 weeks, in learning phase and active learning. So what happens there is they are spending your money to learn who's going to click, who's going to opt in, who's going to purchase. Then they really start running your ad. So I love to run social media ads for at least a month. So we get the 1 or 2 weeks of learning and then the 2 to 3 weeks of actual, like, we're going to get something out of this.
So the ad's running daily.
Say that again.
So the ad is running daily for the month.
The ad is running daily for the month. And then to that end, you want to minimize your budget for the first week and then put your real budget in. So that way, the first week, you want to give them a little bit of money to learn with. Then you want to put the rest of your budget in. I'm going to put also in the chat for you our sort of like, you know, if you were interested in talking to us more about like running ads or doing more, I mean, really anything, you can go to init2winit.ampupmybiz.com. If you wanted to connect with us specifically to learn more about services, etc. That is our little like getting to know you survey to see if we can be of service. So whether it's us or someone else, or take a really good class. I've seen so many people waste like thousands of dollars on ads because they don't really know how to do it. And then it's like, I just heard a lot of people being like, I tried ads, they didn't work. And I'm like, you didn't, you know what I mean? Like you didn't do them right. But if you do them right, they're the best bang for your buck. Okay. So good. Does anyone else? Yeah, go ahead.
Days of the week, does it matter?
Say again.
Days of the week that you post?
Nope, doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter. So certainly for ads, it doesn't matter because they're targeting really specific people. Once you get really good at your, like start simple. But once you get really good at your social media and you're creating your content calendar and you're like really posting consistently, you can check your analytics and see what days of the week, what times of the day are people most responsive. So you can do that. In the meantime, though, like use your common sense. I wouldn't be posting at 3 a.m. It's probably not going to get seen by a lot of people. Like we put out the majority of our posts because we are attracting small business owners. We mostly do early morning before work or after work, because you know what business owners are doing during the day? They're doing their business. But in the morning when they wake up, they're checking their social. At the end of the day, before their dinner, they're checking their social. So we found that like those are sweet spots for our ideal client avatar. But to start with, if you're, and I don't know how many people here are, until you're posting every other day or every day consistently, and you have your content strategy going, like don't get too worried. Don't worry too much about it. Okay. I don't see any other hands raised, so I will go back to
Bridget,
Russell. Yeah.
Bridget, my name is Stacy, and I couldn't figure out where to find the hand. So I just have I just have two questions. One is, so I do the call to action in my Facebook post, like answer this question, let me know, blah, blah, blah. I can't get people to respond. What's the trick to that?
How
That's
many
my first question?
How many followers do you have on your page?
Like about 800.
Okay. I would say a couple of things. So you need to get people. So the way that the algorithm works is sort of like likes beget likes, engagement begets engagement, comments beget comments. So one little trick, one little hack, one little piece of algorithm love that you can do is post something that you know people are going to comment on. Again, congruent with your brand, relevant to your audience, but heartwarming stories, pictures of your kids, your new puppy, your anniversary picture. Like, you know, people are going to be like, Stacy, I love your baby. Then you hit them with the business post, because then the algorithm says, whoa, Stacy's followers are loving her stuff right now. Then you hit them with the business post. So that's one.
Okay.
Two, I recommend to all of our clients and students that you do have a regular boost budget. Again, love it or hate it, I play the game to win.
Okay.
Especially Facebook and Instagram have become incredibly pay to play on your Facebook page, on your Instagram business profile. So what I recommend to my clients is have a budget of anywhere from like $100 to $500 a month that you are just feeding the beast. And, you know, even at $100 a month, $25 a week, just boost your posts to your followers, boost your posts to your target market. Because my guess is, of your 800 followers, and you can look at that, under the post, you can see, my guess is it's being seen by 34. It's being seen by 52 people. So the trick is you want all 800 people to see that post. And when all 800 people see that post, the law of large numbers doesn't lie. More people will start liking and commenting and engaging. And the more people that like and comment and engage, the more your posts will be shown to other people.
Awesome. And can I ask one other question, or do you?
No,
okay.
Go ahead.
My other question is, so I have a business Facebook page and a personal Facebook page. What I have found is when I do my business posting on my personal page, I get much more interaction than if I do it for my business. So I've just started doing that. I also will take that post and put it on my business one, but I get much more interaction if it comes from Stacy than Graceful Journey.
Yes. All right. So a couple things there. One, officially, you're not supposed to do any business on your personal profile.
Okay.
So at some point, as you grow, it is possible that Facebook could like slap your hand and disable your account for a few days if they're like not having it. It's happened before. But more importantly, you can only have 5,000 friends. Now, I know you're like 5,000, that'd be great. But I'm assuming you want to grow like a massive, successful legacy business with much more than 5,000 people that are like interested potentially.
Yes.
So so your Facebook page, there is no limit to how many people can like it. On your Facebook page is where you can boost. On your Facebook page is where you can run ads. So my hack for you is this. My Facebook love for you is this. Post to your page, share it to your personal profile, and then let people know on your personal profile, hey, on my page is where I'm doing all these great videos about how to move your parents into an assisted living facility. On my page is where I'm doing heartwarming stories about blah, 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 right? And invite people to go like your page. Train people to come over and engage with the post on your page.
Okay, so just do the opposite. I started doing that in the beginning of my business, but I noticed, oh, I'm getting a lot more likes on my personal page.
Right. So that said, also don't shoot yourself in the foot. If you have, so for example, I do all of my posts now that are about my business to the Amp Up My Biz business page, and because I built it for years. My personal profile, I never post business there. That's for pictures of my nieces and nephews. Those are my real friends. However, if I'm doing a masterclass, if I'm doing a webinar, I want to make dang sure that my friends, right? Some are my personal friends, some are not so, know that I'm hosting something big. So I post all my business content to my business page. And then when I'm doing something really big, I will come over to my personal profile and I'll be like, hey, business owner friends, hey, entrepreneur friends, I want to make sure you saw that I'm hosting a 5-day free masterclass. So I will post over there just to hedge my bet, even though I do most of everything on my page.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Does anyone else have a question? Russell has lots of questions, so I will come over here. We have like 5 minutes. How do I come up with consistent, interesting, impactful content? I only have so much creativity. Okay, Russell and everyone. The trick is to focus on your ICA, your ideal client avatar. Take the focus off of yourself and put the focus onto your audience. And then don't assume, we have this assumption. I do it too. I still do it. I've been training for so many years. I'm like, oh, everyone knows what a hashtag is. Everyone knows what a keyword is. Everyone knows what a meme is. No, they don't. So like you have so much knowledge that you kind of assume people have, but they don't. So think about your ICA, think about your ideal client, and then really just think like, what do they need? Like, do they need a video? Do they need a checklist? Do they need inspiration? Do they need support? Do they need a free Facebook group to learn more? Do they like, what do they need? And then if you like really put your focus on them, it will help. Number 2 is if you really are still like, man, I still don't know, interview. This is how I created the Social Media Success Academy. Truly, I interviewed like 10 or 20 entrepreneurs and business owners. And I'm like, what do you need? If I were going to create a course, what do you need to learn? And they're like, oh, I need to learn this. 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 I'm like, fantastic. And then I just put it together. Like, that's it. That was how I created my entire like signature course, was interviewing people and asking them what they needed. And then I gave them what they needed. So that's another little trick for you. Is that good? Yes. And then your follow-up question, Russell, is for the 25% asking for the biz, should we have people call, email, or go to your website? It depends on what you want. So I work with a nonprofit group, Favor Consulting Group, and they get all of their business through their like 20-minute free consultations. So we ran an ad to get people into their 20-minute free consultations. The ad went so well that I got a call after a couple months and they said, turn the ad off. We're booked solid for the next 6 months. We can't get to people. There's not enough hours in the day to get to all the people. So then we said, okay, so you're never going to get to those people and you're talking to potentially unqualified people. So then the next thing we did is I just put it in the chat for y'all too. We had them fill out a survey. because we had to make sure that they were qualified, right? So the reason that when I say, hey, do you want to work with us? I say, go to inittowinit.ampupmybiz.com and like, let me know a little bit about you. And there are many businesses that were like, oh, we're not a good fit for you, but here's some other resources that you can use. And there are some businesses that were like, yeah, you're a great fit for us. Let's jump on the phone. So the answer to the question is, however your people are going to get in the door, look at your time versus like how much leverage do you need? And then it depends, right? It depends on what you want to do, right? So if you want to talk to people, have them call you or have them schedule onto a calendar. If you want to just nurture them through an email series, do that. If you want to have them fill out a survey to make sure they're qualified, do that. So it really just depends on like your personal time in your business and where you want to go with that. Kathy, thank you for being here. I hope to see you in our Facebook group. All right, we literally have 1 minute. So I think it's a good time to wrap. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. This is me clapping for you. Thank you guys so much. Tara, thank you for having me. Truly, I hope you all come join our Facebook group. It's free. It's fabulous. Online marketing success.ampupmybiz.com. I would love to see you in there. We can continue the conversation, but for this moment, thank you so much. It was so great to be here.
Gosh, thank you so much, Bridget. That was a fantastic presentation. And I feel like maybe we need to have you back again, maybe in next year for like a social media paid advertising class or something like that. That would be amazing. So
I would love to. I'd be happy to.
Thank you. And if anyone has any questions for Bridget, feel free to email me and I'll make sure that they get over there to her. I'm also putting in the chat a link to naipc.memberclicks.net, although that didn't seem to be a link that I posted. That has a link to our calendar. So I'd love to see you at some of our events next week. On Wednesday, we have a music therapy discussion group. And on Thursday is our monthly member meeting. We're having an economist come and talk about the future landscape of 2022 for the senior services industry. So I would love to see you all at that. And thanks for joining us today. I'm launching a poll just to see what you would like to see in your upcoming professional development series. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.